Hey everyone, this is Tony Teaches Tech. I'm Tony, and in this video I'm going to show you how to configure PHP and PHP-FPM for an Apache web server. I'm going to be using Ubuntu 20.04 in this tutorial, but this should work for other versions of Ubuntu as well as Debian operating systems. Now I'm actually going to take this a step further and show you how to do this not only for one version of PHP, but if you have multiple websites which require multiple different versions of PHP, then you'll know how to do that by the end of this video. So let's go ahead and get on into the tutorial here. And what I have up here is the IP address, which is my web server, and I'm just showing you a plain vanilla Apache web server serving the default page. So that's what that looks like. And over here I have a terminal window where I am logged in via SSH to that same IP address, which is the server that we'll be working with today. So right off the bat, let's check what type of PHP we already have installed, and we'll do that with which PHP. There is no output from that, so that means we don't have PHP installed. Let's go ahead and install PHP. So we can do that, and you might need to prefix these with sudo command, but I'm logged in as a root, so I'm going to just do apt update, which is always a good practice to update your packages to the latest version. And I misspoke there. This isn't updating your packages, it's just updating the list of available packages to the latest version. So after an apt update, we can do apt install PHP 7.4. We're going to work with that version first, and then we're also going to need PHP 7.4-FPM. So that'll take up 18 megabytes of space, and it'll take a couple seconds to go ahead and install. And when that's finished, it's going to give us some output that says basically we have to, right here, it says to enable PHP in Apache, we have to execute this command. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then it also wants us to restart the Apache server. So we will also do that as well. Now PHP and PHP-FPM are pretty much at this point ready to go for Apache. So let's take a look at our Apache configuration files. So we can do that. They're usually located in the etc Apache 2 sites available directory, and then there's one in here, there's a couple in here, but we'll look at the 000-default.conf. So very basic Apache configuration file. We'll just add some lines of code here, which is going to enable the Apache server to process PHP files, and that's going to look something like this. I'll just clean it up a little bit so it looks a little bit nice. So basically this block files match any files that have a PHP extension. We are going to use the PHP-FPM socket, specifically version 7.4, which is located in the var run PHP directory to handle processing those files. So let's go ahead and save those changes, and we will need to do a restart of the Apache server for Apache to recognize those changes. So we'll do that. And now we don't actually have any PHP files in our website root, so let's go ahead and change that. Let's make a PHP file in here. So let's go into the var www HTML directory. In here we just have the basic index.html page, which is what we saw at the beginning. Let's make a new file called, actually let's get rid of that file. So there's nothing in here right now, and we'll make a new file called index.php. And this is going to be really simple. We're just going to print out, we're going to make a PHP block here. Okay, and in here we will just print out PHP info, which is like a built-in command from PHP. So we'll save that. We'll get out of the terminal window for now and come back here, refresh the page, and we should get that PHP info page. So here we are running PHP, successfully running PHP version 7.4, and that means that PHP is installed and running and working, and PHP-FPM is installed and running and configured correctly with Apache 2 web server. So that's good. If you only need to know how to do this for one version of PHP, then you're good to go. Thank you guys for watching. But if you want to learn how to do this for another version of PHP, then stick around. We'll go through that process next. Okay, so now that we have that, let's open up our terminal window. And we'll follow a similar process to install a new version of PHP and add a new Apache 2 configuration file, and then some new website files for us to test it out. So we can start off, we did the apt update, so now we can do, to get another version of PHP that's not the default version of PHP for Ubuntu at the time, you'll have to add a repository and I'll show you how to do that. So let's go ahead and do a apt sudo, and sudo is optional again. So sudo add apt repository ppp or ppa :andre /php. Hit enter, and this is just going to confirm that you want to add this external repository. Go ahead and hit enter for yes, and that's going to, as you can see here, bring that into our system. So now that we have Ubuntu configured to look at that external repository, we can try to download a version of PHP. So we can do that with apt install PHP. We're going to do PHP version 8.0, and we'll also get the PHP-FPM, so PHP 8.0-FPM. Hit enter. That'll take up 20.2 megabytes of space, and we will let this run through to the end to install PHP 8.0. Don't think it takes too long, but I'll speed it up here just so we don't have to wait through it. Okay, so I'm back. That has finished installing, and just like before, let's tell Apache about this. So we'll do a2 mod, and actually I'm not sure if that's, yeah, we don't actually have to do that again. So because we did it for the PHP version 7.4. Okay, remember how we had that socket that var run PHP and then the version. So now we should have two sockets, which we should be able to use for version 8.0 and 7.4. So let's just take a look at that. So let's look at var run PHP, and in here, oops, did I get that path wrong? ls var run PHP, there it is. So in here we have the socket for PHP 7.4 and the socket for PHP 8.0. So now with that, we can go back into Apache and create a whole new configuration file and reference that socket. So let's do that next. So we'll do etc sites, or Apache 2 sites available, and in here we'll make a new configuration file. We'll just call it new site.conf, and it might be easier to, let's go into that directory and just make a copy so we don't have to type a whole bunch of stuff. So let's make a copy of 000 default and make a new file called new site.conf, and then we'll just make some changes from that. So let's look at new site.conf, and in here a couple changes we have to make. So instead of listening on port 80, we can't have, we can if we have a domain name, but I'm just working with an IP address. So let's just, for the sake of this tutorial, listen on port 8080. Also, we will make a new, we'll do this right after this, but we'll make a new directory in var ww. We'll call it new site just to be consistent. And then for the handler, we'll change it from version 7.4 to PHP version 8.0. Okay, so to enable this, to tell Apache about this new configuration file, we can do a2 en, it's en site, and then the name of the configuration file, new site.conf, hit enter. And there's actually also one other thing, we'll have to do the reload, but there's one other change we have to make, and that is in the up a level from here, there's a ports.conf file. We also want to listen on port 8080 since we added that port. And again, this is just for the tutorial. Unless you want to listen on a different port, then you don't have to worry about doing this. Okay, so now we can reload Apache to have those changes applied. And let's go back into the var www directory, and we'll make a new directory in here for the new site, which we called new site. And then inside of new site, we'll just do the same thing. We'll make a PHP, an index.php file, and we'll do same exact thing. So we'll just print out PHP info like that. Okay, so with that all in place, we should be able to go to the web browser again. This website should still load as normal, but if we go to that IP address in a new tab, :8080, we should see now that we have a separate website fully running under PHP version 8.0, as you can see here. So that's about it, guys, for this tutorial. If you found any value out of this, please give this video a thumbs up. I got some other PHP videos over here if you're interested in learning more about this topic. Check those out. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.